Hello, Monsters Bound here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 and the second part of my Kugath, the Plaguefather campaign, where last time we secured Stormwreck Mountain and Glutport, and now we're heading down towards Draco Wharf. Or we would be, if it wasn't for a couple of issues that are probably going to come up. And this is the Dwarves to our east and the Dwarves down here, Crack-a-Drac. You might be thinking, why are you worried about them? Trust me. We have to be worried about them. We're the only thing we've got for them to do. So, I mean, it doesn't always happen, but I kind of prepare for attacks from Crack-a-Drac because we've got this sea between us and the AI just... I feel like the AI doesn't realise there's a sea there. It just goes, we're right next to them, so therefore we need to attack them. And these dwarves are right next to us. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit here for a turn. And we're going to prepare. Because I suspect we're going to have some dwarves incoming fairly soon. Or at least we would do if we weren't sitting in the settlement. So what we need to do is we need to hop out of the settlement. And we need to lay a little ambush for them. We've also got a stack of ogres over... Well, not a stack. So we've got some ogres over here. We've got some ogres down here. Our settlement does not really have many defences. But our casualty replenishment building is almost complete, which is good, because that's going to give us that extra little bit of casualty replenishment, which we need. But hello. Oh, and we got the ambush on the dwarf. I mean, I wasn't expecting that, but I mean, I'll take it. So the dwarf column has been jumped by the forces of Nurgle. I say jumped, obviously it's a very slow jump, but that's fine. Now, because they are being ambushed, they actually have a retreat point on the map. So this is something we saw in Three Kingdoms, so they can retreat off the battle map by escaping into this little square here. We're going to cut them off. We only just managed it, as the Slayers almost managed to reach before we managed to get our Plague Bearers into position. But fortunately the Nurglings, a little bit faster, managed to stop them just in time. So these lads now have to fight their way through, as do the rest of the dwarf army. And they're very committed to trying to break through our line. I imagine because they're probably marching, because they're very tired. Which means if they lose this battle, they're dead. I don't know what happens if they're very tired and they still manage to get... Do they survive if they get off the map? Asking for a friend. Anyway, the Plague Toads coming in from behind. We actually have reinforcements coming in as well for 33 seconds, but we won't need them. We're just going to surround the enemy army. As you can see, they're desperately trying to pile on through our forces, but are unable to. Getting some lovely spells in there. Of course, they are resistant to spell damage, but, I mean, this packed in, they're going to take damage regardless. Let's debuff the shit out of them, so they only have 14 melee attack. That's not very much. And then in come the Plague Toads. Ooh. I mean, if anything, I'm at least helping them get closer to their objective. Yeah, they're really just trying to break through, and we're not letting them. Our reinforcement garrison has arrived. I'm not super worried about that. And the Furies picking off. I mean, the Furies are actually doing fairly well. Do I dare say it? I mean, their stats aren't bad. I mean, they've got good weapon strength, got good melee attack, there's poison damage. I mean, you know, overall, they're just very fragile. They're just very squishy. Yeah, we definitely have the upper hands here. We are tearing through the dwarves. Not very many of them left. They're really trying to break through in bulk over here. and are just being cut down. So far, so good. I was glad to catch them, actually. I was expecting them to come close, but not actually manage to get the drop on them. Getting the drop on them, very nice. Obviously, Nurgle really hates dwarves, and so do I, so that's something we have in common. Nothing worse than stunty little bastards. An endless wave. Oh, the worst bit is endless waves of the buggers. That's the really bad bit. Unfortunately, there's not that many dwarves in Warhammer 3. So that's a bit of a win. Well, I think it's fair to say that the dwarves have been broken. Their attempt to break through our lines has failed rather catastrophically, and they're all dead. Well, that was very satisfying. I could take the replenishment. I kind of want the money. I'm going to take the money. Were they I think they might have been marching. Oof, more fool them. Right, we need to grow our forces. If we recruit 20 new units, we'll get the Banner of Hellfire. Ooh, nice. I mean, you know, we're going to do that eventually anyway. We got 3 skill points for that one. Very nice. So, let us get... Going to get Nurgling Tide. I'm tempted to get Hard to Hit and Deadeye. But I think we're... Oh, I feel like reducing... Mind you... Reducing our recruitment, I would never usually get reduction in recruitment costs. However, I actually think for Nurgle it's really fucking useful. So let's get that. Let's get Deadly Blades. And now our Plague Bearers are much more reasonable to recruit, which is good. And we still can't recruit the fuckers, because don't have any money. But still, you know, eventually, maybe. Let us get... I mean, I would like to get the growth. But I also want extra replenishment. So let's get the extra replenishment. Also, we've got 2 more armies dicking about here. You are in my way. So we'll kill you. You're going to kill my Plague Toad and my Right, well, obviously I'm going to have to fight this then. I mean, I will say that everything in Warhammer 3 just looks so good. I mean, look at these ogres. They just look so fucking detailed, don't they? Obviously, we're going to debuff their charge before they hit us. We just look at these boys. I mean, look at the plague. Look at everything. It just looks so good. Like, Warhammer 2 looked better than Warhammer 1, and Warhammer 3 looks better than Warhammer 2, right? I mean... Got all this shit floating in the sky and bollocks. It's just so good. I feel like going to the Chaos Realms really lets the Creative Assembly design team just go mad. In some cases, probably literally. Well, Ultra Resolve was quite mean to us. As it stands, I've wiped out a unit of Ogre Balls before they even reached us, and the second one is getting its ass kicked and has done... how much damage value have they succeeded in acquiring? 127. Yeah, okay, so it's not great. And the Noblars, of course, did nothing because they're Noblars. That is as tradition. And then over here we've got the Dodluck. Yeah, this guy. And he is currently having a chat with Cuddles. And I don't know what they're discussing there, but it seemed like... No, apparently they've come to fisticuffs. Fair enough. Thought maybe they were having a tete-a-tete. Apparently not. It's just a fight, just a fisticuffs. Never mind, that's okay. Well, looks like this battle's over. I mean, it's not really a big... Oh, look, all my Plague Toads and Furies are still alive. What a surprise. I don't know about you, but I do find that the Ultrazov can be a tad aggressive at times. We've got the Standard of Chaos Glory. More leadership. You know what? It's not actually the worst thing to have, because demons, of course, crumble rather than run away, and so the more leadership you have, the less likely they are to crumble. So, you know, I'm going to put that on this guy. Good. Good. That seems fine. And could get replenishment. There's not much money there. I mean, the replenishment actually looks more than 2%, so I'm going to grab that one. Let's kill you off. Okay. Okay. So far, so good. So far, so good. Can't see any Crackadrak, which is good. They might be busy doing something else, which is fine. As long as they're busy doing something else, they're not bothering me. And we've got this guy who, I'm going to be honest, doesn't seem that problematic. So, with the dwarves dealt with and the ogres dealt with, we're going to then head south and try and take Draco Wharf before they can do anything else. I mean, we might spend several turns running around dealing with issues. But for the moment, we can at least... nope, still no sign of them. Good. The ogres are fucked off. Good. Come down and grab this. Good. This is all... oh, everything's coming up Millhouse. I do like the Nurgle aesthetic. Sort of like the big bulbous weird... you know, Khorne's realm always looks just, I don't know, it's just classic evil, isn't it? The whole flaming and blood and skulls and all that kind of shit. It's just normal hell. Boring. And then you have Tzeentch's realm, which is kind of, it's kind of almost pretty. It looks just kind of like a bit, yeah, just nice. Slaaneish's realm's a bit weird, but then you have Nurgle's realm, which just genuinely looks creepy and alien and just... ugh, I mean, ugh, yeah, look at that. Tentacles and shit. Yeah, that's what you want. Well, that's not, but you know what I mean. Kind of. Anyway. The Mournfang Cavalry charging into our Nurglings, and we are going to rebuff them. Meanwhile, we have Plague Bearers pushing through several other entrances of the settlements. And then over here we have a secondary force pushing in towards the supply location. I couldn't seem to attack these towers, and I don't know why, because I've always been able to attack, like, building towers before, but I couldn't attack these ones. Don't know why. Don't know whether that's a problem or what, but there we go. Maybe I didn't understand how that works. Who knows? You know, that seems likely. Anyway. Sending those Noblars flying all over the place. This is quite nice. You can actually see the mass of a unit now, so you can see that the Plague Toads have a mass of 1,200, and the Ogre Bulls have a mass of 1,500, so they're bulkier boys than a Plague Toad. So there we go. So Ogres can knock a Plague Toad over. Is that what that means? Maybe. What's Cuddles? Cuddles has a mass of 3,500, so Cuddles is even bulkier than an Ogre. So there we go. Meanwhile, Mournfang, I don't know why this has turned into how heavy is your unit, but there we go. Mournfang, I'm just interested now. They are, oh, there's, so Mournfang Cavalry is the same bulk as Cuddles. There we go. Did you just kick me, you motherfucker? Get Kugath, get him. Get him. Hit him. Go on. That's it. Throw up over him or something. I don't know. That's it. Throw an explosive Nurgling at him. Whatever. Good. Okay, so we've managed to blob down these guys. And you might be saying, why aren't you taking the supply points? And my response is, I'm not that invested, to be honest. The towers are shooting at me, but I don't really care. Like, I can soak that fire up. I can soak anything up. I'm Nurgle, mofos! Mother truckers! Meanwhile, our Plague Bearers have dealt with some Noblars who are attacking us, and we're going to smash through the barricades and head on towards the supply points. Now, the AI will just, like, it will try and defend its supply points, sometimes to its detriment, because of course they just keep throwing units at us, and I don't particularly care about that, because you throw them into the meat grinder and, well, I'm going to turn them into mince. One fan cavalry slowly being dispatched. And we've now gained control of the supply points. Well, I mean, we're in the process. We've gained optional. We can, you know, we can control it now. There's no enemy units left to stop us really, and we've got the surround on them as well. Once we've broken through this barricade, we've basically jumped them from behind, and at that point, well, they're screwed, basically. Okay, we have acquired our final settlements in the province. The Cliffs of Death. It's a nice place. The tourist board is struggling a tad to get the tourists in, but you know, overall that's fine. Right, so hello.
Don't think so.
Yes. I knew they'd turn up eventually. So let us get. I feel like Plague Bearers. Against Dwarves, Plague Bearers are just incredibly good. I don't think we have to worry about these guys at the moment. I think that battle's probably put them back on their heels for a little bit, but we do have Cracker-Drac on the way, so probably going to have to do something about that. Okay, Kugath, how many skill points you get? 1. That's fine. Let's get Champions of Decay. Is that going to give us the ability to recruit another... I mean, we could. I do have a little save character though. He's level 15. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to get you, and we're going to make him a death boy. Oh, actually, you know what? You might actually... You know, for that leadership, I'm actually tempted to do this. Oh, mind you, you're going to cost me 250 upkeep, so I can't actually afford you. No, I'll sod you then. All right, in the meantime, let's go for... God, I don't know. More? No. How much? No, we've got 16. Nice. 69 Nurgle corruption. No, let's not do that then. Let's go for more plague spreading. Sure, let's go for more plague spreading. And you don't have any plagues, do you? So let's give you a little plague. We'll give you that one because we want to unlock the mucus runs ASAP, and we will infect you. There we go. So now it should be replenishment's looking a little good now. And if we have better. There's words. If we have look, you can see the building actually not only gives us more money, but also gives us additional Nurgle corruption and also more cash. So as it gets better, the building gives us more replenishment rate, although it then will drop down again. But our replenishment rate is not too bad. Now I suspect these guys might come for Draco Wharf, and the reason I think that is because this has got the weakest garrison. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sneak out here and grab this, whatever that may be. Let's get Arabian Arms. Heavy iron, that's fine. Right, and then we're going to come back here. You might... I don't know. You might bugger off. Sometimes the AI kind of gets its ideas in its head, like, I'm going to attack this person, and then it changes its mind and sends the fleet back again. I don't know, but there's not much we can do at the moment. We don't even have any building slots available, so we're just going to have to pass that up. So let's just end the turn. I'm going to see if I can lure them into an ambush here. The only problem is that, of course, we've got quite a long coastline and they can attack in multiple locations. So basically it's going to be a bit of a pain for us to defend that, depending on which way. It looks like they're heading this way. I'm going... Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head in this direction. See if we can sort of lure them in. Let's go for highly infectious. I mean, we do have the infernal harbours here, so at least that's giving us a little bit of extra cash. So we get 200 for the max rank 1. Of course, those are base buildings, so you will upgrade them as per normal, unlike the rest of Nurgle's thingy-majigs. To be honest, I'd actually quite like it if you had... Okay, they're going for Glutport by the looks of it. Now, they will have to land. Why can't you march? They will have to land, so we can do something about that. We've also got the extra growth here, so let's go for the Tumid Hollow with the slimy bark, a great hollow, where a solid tree trunk once held, now riddled with disease and the minions of Nurgle. Ooh, it's fun, isn't it? The counter. Let us go for... I'm tempted to give you the Miasma of Pestilence. What do I think? What do I think? I'm going to give you more melee defense, I think. I think that's my plan. Okay. Okay, we've got some cash. Are you still going to go for Glutport? You don't get to attack and land at the same time. You are still going for it. And the Great Game, and you've got a... So Tzeentch is now Ascendant, so these are the Unholy Manifestations. We have 4, depending on the amount of Chaos... of your corruption there is in, I think just in general, like in the entire world, then you can unlock these little bonus. I mean, this one's quite nice. So basically, you can use it on a settlement, and you get 200 growth and reduction in recruitment costs, which is very nice. Or this one, a random plague will be given to every settlement and army in this province upon completion, which is, you know, pretty legit. Okay, let's... No, what's the... Okay, you go there. You won't attack in one turn. Guarantee it. You will lay siege. For at least one turn. Let us go for... Yeah, so we've unlocked Limb Blight, which is good. I guess, if that's the kind of thing you want to do, that will make your speed less. Let us go for... We are going... Nope, we don't want to infect Draco Wharf. We want to infect Kugath. That's the wrong button. I want that one. There we go. Right, yes. Infect selected. Perfect. There we go. Also, we've got some magic items, haven't we, that haven't equipped. So, I'm going to give them to the counter. So, can you... Because, I mean, basically, Kugath is just going to sit back and lob shit at people. In some cases, almost certainly, literally. Huh. You are attacking. Well, that's a bull. Oh, fuck. There's no point fighting that. Have you literally just raised it, you motherfuckers? I needed that. And you're going to run away as well, aren't you, you little bastards? Yep. Oh, but we can still reach you. And get our settlement garrison. Oh, good. Revenge is so sweet. Oh, you little stunty motherfuckers. Oh, I'm going to get you so good. The Furies have immediately attacked the Grudge Thrower, harassed it quite nicely, and then got the hell out of dodge as the Lord shows up, and managed to get away fairly scot-free, in fact, I think. I think they were absolutely fine. So, that Grudge Thrower, we're just waiting, basically, for that Lord to bugger off, and then we'll re-attack the Grudge Thrower and take it out. Meanwhile, the Plague Bearers are now advancing on the Dwarves. It's going to be the slowest charge in existence. Despite the Dwarves outnumbering us, I don't think we're actually that... I don't think we're that bothered. I'm feeling pretty good about this overall. To be honest, the Plague Bearers are a lot better than the Dwarves. Also got the Rotflies attacking those miners with blasting charges, so they can't throw blasting charges at us. They did get some off on the Plague Bearers over here. We are on fire, but I think we're doing quite well. We've actually managed to take out... I mean, you know what? The Furies... I was a bit down on the Furies previously, but as a hit-and-run unit, I'm actually quite liking them. You know what? I could be turned around. Meanwhile, the Plague Toads are running down the Thunderers because I don't like being shot with guns. Down with that kind of thing. And Cuddles is eating dwarves. Well, actually, Cuddles is trying to make friends with dwarves. Just so happens that involves eating them. Or at least gumming them a little bit. I mean, that may be up some people's street. I don't know. Being gummed by a worm may well be. I don't judge. Our Plague Bearers are just pushing through the dwarf line no slowing them down. I mean, they're quite slow anyway. You don't really need to slow them down. The dwarf line is starting to crumble, and additional reinforcements are on the way from the settlement. Mostly Nurglings. Well, that's fine. Say, Nurgle does not have a garrison building, but most of his infrastructure buildings will give some form of additional garrison. Usually a Nurgling and some other unit. And actually, I mean, had Gluttport had a couple of infrastructure buildings, I probably would have tried to defend it. Because Nurgle's units are very, very tanky, and if you can build up your towers and keep them safe from the enemy, your towers can do a lot of damage. So basically, as Nurgle, your job is to tie up enemy units and upgrade your towers until they just pummel the enemy army into submission. Works fairly well. Slightly annoying, but never mind. I could get this, but I've got a plan. So we're going to take the cash. Because we may have lost Gluttport, but we are going to retake. I was hoping they just, like, if they were going to attack it, just sack it. They did not. They were complete and utter bastards. Never mind. So let's get Nurgle Hollow here. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to resettle it. You might go, oh, that's going to take so much replenishment though, and I'm like, yes, it will. However, I have a plan. So we're going to grab this, and I don't think any of that's going to really help me yet. You know what I'm going to take is Rancid Visitation, because that is quite a nice single target killy spell, which is a technical term, I believe. And the counter is going to get Foeseeker. So we have our manifestation. So what we're going to do is we're going to retake it, and then we're going to manifest. That's going to give us big casualty replenishment bonuses for the next couple of turns, make our army unmovable. But on the other hand, we're not super worried about it anyway. So we're going to skedaddle down here. Going to colonize that. The money's the worst bit. And we've got a cult manifested in Blighted Cove. So basically, a region which has a lot of Nurgle corruption can have cults in it. You can then have buildings in here that do various different things. So, for example, we could have plus 5 infections, plus 10 if the growth is more than 200, plus 10 if a lord is present, or a random plague will be given to the settlement, but the cult is destroyed. So basically, you can use that to boost up our infections, which is always quite nice. Okay, so let us do that on you. That's going to give us a nice big replenishment boost, which is good. I'm going to have to rebuild this, which is a pain, because that's money I wanted to spend on something else. But thank you, dwarves, you massive pain in the ass. Never mind. Let us go with... I mean, I need more money, but to be honest, I could maybe go with this. I need more cash for that. Okay, we're going to save our pennies. In fact, I may go fishing. I'm hoping that maybe with you guys having absolutely no defences left, someone will go and kill you for me. That would be good. You guys, are you guys fighting them? You should be. Have you not met them? You should meet them. Go and meet them, because of course you're demons, so you'll instantly be at war with them, and then they'll have someone else to bother apart from me. So we've got highly infectious, which is good. We've got initiate develop a cylindrical building through its full life cycle, and we'll get fused armor, which is perfect figure, armor, and speed. That's quite nice. Nice little bonus. Do we want to build this? I'm going to say yes. One more turn and we'll be fully replenished. And oh, for fuck's sake. What is it with my life and dwarves? You might not survive. So I'm going to cancel you. Because either we'll rescue you or we won't. However, your garrison is more tanky than previously. So we should be fine. I'm going to get... I don't normally use Furies, but I've got... These Furies have survived longer than my Furies normally do, so I guess you can stick around. Oh, and the commandment, I'd forgotten about that, but to be honest, I guess less movement range would be kind of useful. I swear to God, these fucking dwarves. Oh, and you've buggered off. Oh, did someone fight you? What the hell happened there? That looks like a battle. Fruit of the garden, a terrible nausea grips you and overcome you over the course of the next 7 hours. You slowly and agonizingly retch up a withered and weeping black orb, double the size of your own head. An egg or a fruit? The reeking sphere defies easy description, but must be used appropriately. We can plant it in the fields or consign it to the sewers. I would like some more plague bearers. I mean, I can't recruit them at the moment because they're too expensive, but I would like them, so let's do that. You have buggered off, which is good, but I know you're out there now. So let's move over here and defend that. Let's upgrade you. No, actually, I've changed my mind. Let's upgrade you. Let's go with more growth, because we've got the replenishment here. And our replenishment's looking pretty good. So that's fine. Right. Now we need to kill us some dwarves. Oh, you Tzeentch! You bastard! Change of... Oh, not fucking... Yes, declare war. You son of a bitch. Oh, you bastards. Oh well, I feel like I made the right choice there anyway. Oh, Tzeentch. Oh, you break my balls, man. Okay, I would... Oh god, you know what I would like is to make my army cost less, to be honest. So, if I go for, like... Stream of corruption. Changed my mind at the last second, but, yeah, there we go. Fucking zit. Right, who are you guys at war with, just out of interest? You are at war with those guys, so maybe you're fighting between yourselves. I mean, if you're fighting between yourselves, good. Okay, let's do that. Christ. Oh, the rage is building. Let's double experience gain. Yeah, no two maggotkin look identical, for each have their own array of weeping sores and cracked lesions, but all are born from the blighted carcasses of mortals. Lovely. Well, we've managed to secure our province. And that's about it, to be honest. We're now desperately trying to fend off attacks from every frigging quarter. The only good thing is that, obviously, as soon as Crackadrak meet the Maggotkin, they're a little bit closer, so they might attack them instead, and maybe they'll be busy, and then we can concentrate on dealing with the Dwarves, and then the Ogres, and then Tzeentch up in the north, who I have no doubt is now gunning for me, so that should be fun, but that's going to have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.